Hey there, Nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Chiefskate, and welcome to Season 2 of Meat for the Grinder, our series dedicated to Necromunda Dark Uprising Battle Reports. Meat for the Grinder is a Necromunda campaign set in the final days of Hive Arcos, where Chaos, Xenos, and Order clash for control of a collapsing Hive City. And on today's episode, we'll showcase our campaign's newest Orc gang, which is also going to be a Venator gang. These guys are called the Deff Watch. We will discuss the gang's contents, its playstyles, its inspiration, and other information related to our upcoming Dark Uprising campaign. So this will actually be the game that is played by my friend buddy Iron Major. This Iron Major is the man who actually makes all the terrain that you see on our channel as well. The guy is very, very gifted in making the most beautiful terrain out of scrap materials and some really cheap materials as well. He does a beautiful job on our videos. In fact, our videos are only as successful because of the terrain that we actually have from him. So this is going to be his list. It's called the Deff Watch. It is a play on the word Death Watch that's used by Space Marines. These guys are Orcs. In order to make sure that we use these guys correctly on the tabletop, we decided to use them as a Venator gang, quote unquote, but they're primarily Orcs though. Their primary skills will be combat and ferocity, and their secondary skills will be shooting as well as savant. They are an online gain, and they are of course at 2,000 points, and the reason why we're doing this is so that way we don't have a lot of time to dedicate to this campaign. So instead of having to struggle to get a lot of resources we need to make our fighters successful, we just figured why not just start with 2,000 points with the Ramthing Succession, so that we have fully equipped gangs and we can throw it down the tabletop. And that's pretty much the concept that we went with all of our gang lists. So now that we're going to talk about what the Deff Watch is for their overview, let's go ahead and talk about exactly what individual fighters will make up Iron Major's gang. Alright, up first is Krogskull Drakka, which will be his hunt leader, which will be the leader of his gang as well. This guy's packing mesh armor for a 5-up armor save. He also has an Autopistol Combi-Pistol, which is made up of an Autopistol, as well as a hand flamer, so that way he can get that beautiful strength 3 template attacks, as well as close combat. He's also got a Servo claw for a close combat weapon. He's also packing photo goggles so that we can see in all visibility conditions, and he has the grounding presence ability, so that way he has larger group activations as well. And as you can see from the stats that we have for this character, my buddy Iron Major decided to use the close combat statistics for this character, so that way he resembles more like what an actual orc would be able to do on the tabletop. So let's go and talk about Iron Major's 2 champions. He decided to stick with only 2 champions in this list. Even though you can double the number of champions in a Ramthing Succession, he decided to stick with the normal 2 because he wanted to spend more credits on his fighters with better equipment. So up first is Grodd Eadkrakka, which is a hunt champion. He's packing mesh armor for that 5-up armor save. He's also got a heavy rock cutter for that +4 to his strength with 3 damage. That thing's going to be absolutely beast in close combat. He's also got an auto pistol as well for backup weapon, as well as photo goggles so that we can see in the dark, and he also has rain of blows, so that way his fight actions are simple actions in case he's up in the press. So Grodd Eadkrakka is going to be absolutely terrifying to go up against because he's got that huge rock cutter. Very much a orc inspired build. So with that being said, let's move on to his second champion. His second champion is Erlak the Maniac, who is another hunt champion. He's also got close combat stats as well. He's packing mesh armor for that beautiful 5-up armor save, and his special weapon is going to be a combo weapon. It's going to be a combination of autogun as well as a flamer, so that way he's got that good medium to long range shooting. He's also got that beautiful strength for flamer attack if he wants to unleash that weapon, so very, very deadly combination there. He's also packing auto pistol for a backup weapon as well as photo goggles, so that way he can see in all visibility conditions, and he has the Nerves of Steel skill, so that way if he does get shot at, all he has to do is pass a 5+ on a cool test to escape pinning. And because this guy is packing a flamer, he'll be shot at quite a bit, I imagine, in our upcoming campaign. So now let's go and talk about Iron Major's individual hunters in his gang. We have Grodd Facebiter, and if you look at his statistics, he decided to go with the shooter statistics, that way he's got that 3-up ballista skill as well. Now he is a little bit lacking in strength and toughness as well as weapon skill, but because the weapon this guy is carrying, Iron Major want to make sure that this guy can be able to hit his targets at good distance. This guy is packing mesh armor for that 5-up armor save, as well as a bolt gun with telescopic sight. So bolt gun's a very deadly weapon already. It's got +1 to hit in short range, so when combined with the telescopic sight, Iron Major's going to be able to hit on a 2+ at long range with rapid fire, strength 4, 2 damage. Very deadly weapon. He's also packing auto pistol for a backup weapon because, let's face it, bolt guns tend to run out of ammo very quickly. And he's also got photo goggles that we can see in all visibility conditions as well. I'm absolutely terrified to go up against this fighter. He looks absolutely beast. Up next is the Grodd Eadkrakka. This eye also has the shooter stat line as well with 3+ ballista skill 2. He's packing mesh armor for that 5-up armor save, as well as grenade launcher with frag and crack grenades, because why wouldn't you? Grenade launchers are absolutely amazing in Necromunda. He's also packing a auto pistol for a backup weapon as well as photo goggles, so that way you can see in all visibility conditions as well. So the Grodd Eadkrakka looks really, really dangerous, and I'm not looking forward to fighting against that guy either. After that, we have Necromunda, who's another hunter who's also the last of the hunters with the shooter stat lines. He's got 3 up ballistic skill. He's also packing mesh armor for 5 armor save, as well as a long rifle with an infra sight, so that way you can see in all visibility conditions with that long rifle. And he's also packing an Autopistol for a backup weapon as well. So very much anti-orc in the terms of using a long rifle, but at the same time, though, these guys are not your typical orcs. These guys are blood axe orcs, so they're a little bit more cunning when it actually comes to fighting on the battlefield. Up next is Grodd Eadkrakka. He is another hunter as well. This guy's got the close combat stat line, so that he's got that 3+ weapon skill as well as that 4 strength, 4 toughness. He's also packing mesh armor for that 5 armor save, as well as a last pistol with a hot shot power pack to give him reliable strength for shooting in close combat as well. He's also packing a sword, so that way he can really dish it out in close combat. And the reason why this guy is kitted out the way he is because he's also got a Medicaid kit, so that way he can render first aid to any of his additional fighters who might be injured as well. He's also got photo goggles, so that way he can see in all visibility conditions. And that makes up the statistics as well as the equipment for Grodd Eadkrakka. After that, we have Gitzog the Shiv, who's another hunter who's got close combat statistics with that 3 up weapon skill as well as 4 toughness. He's packing mesh armor as well as carrying paired swords. That way he gets that additional attack in the close combat phase. And he also got frag grenades, so that way he can blow guys up with that beautiful 3-inch blast template as well. He's also packing photo goggles, so that way he can see in all visibility conditions, and that is it. He doesn't have any actual guns. This guy's just pure close combat. And lastly, we have 2 more hunters. These guys' names are Bodhi and Urzog. They both have the close combat stat line as well with 3+ weapon skill and 4 toughness. They're packing mesh armor for that 5 armor save. They both have auto pistols as well as axes for close combat attacks as well as close range shooting. They also have frag grenades as well, so that way they can blast people apart with those 3-inch blast templates. And they also have photo goggles, so that way they can see in all visibility conditions as well. And this gang does have a hangers on, and that fighter is called the Doc. He is a rogue Doc who costs 50 credits. That fighter's got last pistol Medicaid kit, Medicaid skill, and also the patch up special rule. And that pretty much makes up the starting roster for the Deff Watch, our campaign's 2,000 point Orc Venator gang. So there you guys have it. This is the Deff Watch, which is a Orc Venator gang, which will be kind of interesting to see exactly what ends up happening in our campaign. We have 2 Venator gangs in our campaign setting, and both of them are, of course, unaligned as well because, well, they're just bounty hunters. And an interesting thing about this, too, we could actually use these guys actually dedicate themselves to either Gork or Mork. Gork and Mork, of course, are the 2 gods of the Orcs. One is brutal and cunning, and the other one is cunning yet brutal. And so because of that, if you wanted to actually have these Venators actually dedicate themselves to either Gork or Mork, we decided that we'll just use the chaos rules for Sneech as well as Khorne to represent that fact as well. So these guys don't have to necessarily become chaos; they can just stay unaligned and actually just pick one of those chaos, one of those 2 orc gods, and we'll just use the stats from the chaos cultists in order to do that. So that way, it's kind of neat. I think it's a very interesting list. There's a lot of good combinations, close quarters battle in this list, and it's also kind of like got a lot of explosives. They got a lot of close combat weapons as well. They got some good medium to short range shooting in this gang. They also got photo goggles as well, and it looked very much like a commando unit, like Spec Ops team in terms of orcs anyways, in Necromunda, capturing bounties and doing stuff that they do as well. This gang looks really, really interesting. I'm really looking forward to playing against it in our campaign when we actually start throwing some dice. So there you guys have it. What are your guys' thoughts of Iron Mage's gang? If you guys have any opinions about how this gang can be improved over time or how to play it, please put it down in the description and the comments down below. That way my buddy Iron Mage can see those comments and actually help him out in his campaign as he progresses through Hive Arcos. So that's good to do for this week, guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is valuable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest hobby news related to this channel. I am Commander Chiefskate. That's good for this one. Catch you guys on the flip side. Stay classy.